Hey, what's happening, War Gamers? It is Leland here with another Marvel Crisis Protocol video, and I'm really excited about this one because this is one I've been waiting for quite a while, and this is the release of the X-Men for the game. This is something that a lot of people have really been itching for ever since the game was announced, actually a year ago at this point. And they did a nice little reveal during their streaming at I believe it was Gamescom. I can't remember which. Gen Con, that's it. Where they showed that the X-Men were finally coming. So here we are. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit because that. There we go. So very excited to finally see these ones come out here. Going to be starting with Cyclops and Storm. It just feels very appropriate to lead with the two leaders of the X-Men. So we got the two of them in here. As usual, we're going to take a look at the sprues themselves, and we're actually going to start going into a little bit more details on the cards because there's a little bit more experience I have with the game at this point. I actually feel a little more qualified to actually talk about it. So we'll end with the models as usual. So we're going to get rid of all this stuff. We know what the instructions are going to look like. So let's see here. And just playing around with a different setup here. So unfortunately still working on making sure that the backgrounds work well. I'm just going to readjust one more time here. So we're going to start off here. We have ourselves the roster for the X-Men. This one's really nice because we do see that we can expect Cable, Domino, and Jean Grey to come in the next little while. Now, what's also really interesting about this is that a lot of these are coming in 2-packs right now, and we see 3 more X-Men coming. So it raises some interesting questions as to who's going to be bundled with who. It is possible that Jean Grey could come in a package of her own, given the Phoenix and all that sort of stuff. But so we got that going on. And we do have a new Crisis card as well. This one's, okay, so we got Mutant Madmen turn City Center into Lethal Amusement Park. Sounds an awful lot like Arcade to me. But anyway, 18 threat, and this one is a secure threat. And so what do we got here? We got some traps. So roll dice equal to the defense, and if you roll more crits, wilds, or hits than the number of healthy contesting characters, you control a trap. Okay, and during the cleanup phase, so the controlling player chooses an enemy character within range 2, and 1 damage, 1 power, and then remove the trap. So that's actually really kind of cool. It's a neat one. It definitely gives some threat to holding onto those objectives there. But always really kind of nice. We got ourselves these cards. These were all spoiled online as well. So we got the Children of the Autumn. This one's really nice because basically, removing any sort of special conditions is fantastic. You don't have to spend an action to do so. And this is a really good action economy for that. 1 power per special condition. It means things like stagger, stun, root, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you really don't got to worry about that one. We got the Uncanny X-Men First Class here. So this one's also a really nice one as well because you don't have to spend power to interact with an objective. So this can actually get you some good objectives while still banking power, which really is fantastic in this game. And then we have To Me, My X-Men. This one's, again, really nice. It's giving you, basically giving you out-of-action moves. You spend a power, and you can, what was it? Any number of power to play, and anyone who spent that power can then advance short towards the character who spent that power for, a character for every power spent. So again, really good movement. It really shows that the X-Men are working off a team dynamic with this one. So really excited to see how they play. We got our tokens right here. So obviously we got some stuns. These are probably the objective tokens right there. The traps, and then we got some nice X-Men affiliations, and I love that they're going really all in with the bright, colorful patterns here. And then, of course, we got the 2 leaders. So once again, I'm not going to go over too in-depth on these ones, because, many people have already done that. But we got Cyclops as a really solid leader with his 6 health, 4 physical defense, which is great, and a 4 threat. His Optic Blast, it's a strength 5, range 4 that pushes. That's always really good to be able to move people around. Optic Devastation is actually just, as it suggests, devastating. The fact that it's a beam 5, 7 damage, and on a wild, you're basically draining power from the targets. That's great. His leadership is interesting. It basically is a good way of spreading power around, which is really nice. You reduce. What is it? Yeah, you reduce. You can use power from allied characters to reduce the number or the amount of power it takes to do your special special attacks. So again, really nice if you really need to get, say, that Optic Devastation off, for instance. Field Leader, really solid as well. Basically, you can get one of your characters to advance once per turn. Well, again, really nice, getting things moving around. Hit and Run, we've seen this a number of times. In this case, it's an attack action followed by a move. For 2 power, good action economy right there. And then Quick Draw, it's nothing we haven't seen before. In this case, if you're within range 2, use this power, 2 power. Use this reactive power for 2 power. Roll 5 dice. If you suffer no damage, you get to basically do 2 damage in return. So he is a really solid leader character for 4 threat. I actually really dig him. Never been a huge fan of Cyclops myself, but in the game, probably going to use him. Storm at 3 threat, 5 health, 4 energy defense, which is kind of nice, especially with the amount of energy wandering around these days. I really like the fact that her lightning bolt attack does have the shock ability to it. Anything that can reduce the amount of dice being thrown at you, really solid. So I dig that. Ice Blizzard, a beam 3. At strength 4, it's not bad. It does throw the stun on there if attack is damage is actually dealt. I like it, but with 4 dice, you're really going to be stretching to get that stun condition off. Hurricane, similar deal, area 2, strength 5. My only deal with Hurricane is that, she's kind of squishy. I don't think I'd want to be getting her right into the middle of things. But otherwise, if she does kind of get swarmed, she does have a nice ability to kind of defend herself with. Her leadership ability is kind of fascinating as well. Basically, she has the ability to reposition a character, which is it's really kind of nice. And then she has the top part there, what is it? Yeah, that's the reposition, sorry. And then basically allied characters have cover if they're within 2 of Storm. Again, is it within 2 Storm? No, it's just if they're outside of range 2, they have cover. Really nice way of manipulating your defense dice, so not too shabby there. I don't know if I like her more than Cyclops, but I think there's definitely some meta there. And then the rest of her attacks, she can bolster her own damage a little bit more with 3 power. Not too bad. She's got the Tempest here, which allows her to throw something short for 3 power, size 2 or less. Not too bad. It can throw characters as well, so that's actually kind of a good important thing. And then Goddess of the Storms, characters within 3 of this target need to be within 3 to target her. So again, she's very much a backline support style character, but not too shabby. So let's take a look at the models here, and we're going to do the typical thing. We're going to take a quick look at the sprues, then we're going to get everything assembled and take a good look there. So we got Storm right off the bat here. And one thing I'm worried about Storm, first off, the parts don't look too difficult here. I'm just worried about all these lightning bolts. There was a video that Atomic Mass Games put out where, showed her kind of being springy. The contact points have me really worried here. But we'll get it assembled. We'll be careful. But you know what? If Doctor Strange is still together, then I think Storm will be okay as well. And all things considered, there's not a lot of parts here. Nothing really tiny, which I really like. I really appreciate. So they'll be pretty good to put together. And then Cyclops is just super basic, super easy. He's Cyclops. He's got his torso. He's got his head. I don't know if I want to do the hooded head or the hair head. But I got some options. I'll have to figure that one out. But he looks very simple to put together. So very much looking forward to that. So anyway, we're going to get these assembled and we are going to take a look at the models and go from there. So we will be right back. And we're back and we have both Cyclops and Storm put together and quickly painted. Obviously there's going to be a couple more details that got to go on here, but I just want to get something colorful on the screen for you. So let's take a look at Storm first. And, the model itself looks really good. I like the fact that she's being suspended by the lightning. What I don't like, however, is just that right there, how rickety she is. Because it is I missed a little bit of paint there. And looks like a little bit actually might have scraped off. That's contrast paints for you. But anyway, I like the model otherwise. I think it's really good. I like the fact that it looks like the lightning is kind of just tearing into the ground there. I like her pose that she's kind of descending. So just all in all, it's a fine model. It's a nice different pose than what we've seen from a lot of other ones. Very confident, very collected. almost a serene look to it, which is it's really nice. It doesn't have a very aggressive look. So all in all, I really dig the model. The contact points aren't too bad. There's a nice piece that actually goes on right on the back of her, I don't know if that's her shawl or whatever that is, but there's the piece that goes on right back there to kind of keep it in place. And I believe there's another piece. Yeah, I think it connects a little bit right along there as well. But just in general, it is a solid piece. Very easy to put together. There was a little bit of confusion I had on the base itself, but once you figure out where everything fits in, it worked really nicely. So putting her aside, let's take a look at Cyclops here. And he was just a breeze to put together. One downside, though, is you can see right there, there is a little bit of gap there. I tried to play around that as much as I could. Unfortunately, I didn't notice it until painting, but I could not get that gap filled, which was very frustrating in that regard. But otherwise, he is a really solid model as well. He's going to look great on the table. Still got some work to do on the yellow. Obviously, it's looking a little too orange, but otherwise really good. And again, I like the fact that his pose, while showing that forward action, it's not hyper aggressive like some of the other ones we're seeing. It's just that he's getting ready to use his optic blast and getting ready to go with that one. And I really dig the look of it as a result of that. So yeah, nice, straightforward, simple model. They are going to be excellent additions to the game, excellent additions to the collection. And if you like the X-Men, I definitely recommend grabbing them. So anyway, that brings us to the end of the Cyclops and Storm unboxing. If you watched all the way through, thank you so much for that. It's very much appreciated. It's you guys that help me let this channel grow. And as always, leave your comments below and be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, happy wargaming.